So it should be open to guests now. Let me message you on Instagram. All right. Add people. Oh, copy link. I'll try message you this link. Add. We are in. We are fucking in. All right, brother. Shit. Sorry of all those technical difficulties and stuff, man. I gotta do this stuff a lot more often, man.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Can you hear me pretty well?
Oh man, you're really quiet. Why can't I put you on speakerphone now?
Oh,
Well, regardless of speakerphone, you know what I got? Is I got my AirPods.
okay.
So we gonna make this work. All right, hold on. Let me throw these buggers in. All right, testing.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet. Oh, now you're on speakerphone all of a sudden. All right, cool, brother. Thank you for
I don't.
standing by as I had to figure all that shit out.
It's all good. Yeah, this is my first time doing it, so I don't really know how to manage it from my end.
Yeah, me either, obviously. But, all right, where are you, man? I have like a little YouTube. I got my phone stand. There it is. Go throw this guy on here.
Okay.
Man, I'm kind of tripping that Instagram changed it to where like you need 1,000 subscribers now to go live. It's
Yeah.
kind of nuts.
So, how many followers do you have on Instagram? Or less than 1,000?
930, I think. And
Okay.
then like on my YouTube side, I got like 3,000, but
I
there's no engagement on Instagram apparently.
Yeah. Did you use do you use TikTok?
Oh yeah, so I have a TikTok too. I don't think I've ever gone live on it, and I mean I know I did Instagram and YouTube before, but then I figured the most recent one I did was on YouTube, so I figured there was better chance that I would you know be able to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder if I can see chat. How do I see chat in here in case people got questions? Okay, live chat. All right, if anybody's in chat, we got like 15 people. If you could type something, I want to try to see if I can see it.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, can you see the chat? I wonder if I could do it on log into like two places on my PC and
Yeah,
you
I can see the chat.
can see the chat? Okay.
Yeah. I see two people are in there typing.
Oh yeah, hi. Okay, I see it now too. Hi and a hey. Okay, perfect, man. So what's up with
What's
you, brother?
nothing much. What does that comment mean? The Waga it's Wagwana Lakum.
That I got no idea. It doesn't sound Hawaiian, so I'm for a loop. And they
So
put it twice.
are you like part Hawaiian or
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like a quarter ish, but then I just look completely Chinese anyway. But yeah, so like my mom's grandfather is 100, and
oh
and so then kind of however that breaks down, and then my dad's actually some too. So I got a bit, but still yet I pull mostly the Chinese.
So your family moved over there a while back?
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny is I kind of don't even know the origin story about how my great or great great grandparents came here. I
Mhm.
should know that actually. That would be a cool, kind of like background story to know, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
I'm like I'm partially like first generation like American, but my mom's side of the family has been in America, I think, since, you know, I think they moved after um the 13 colonies and all that. I don't know if they've been around since the get, but my dad is from Ireland and he got his green card and moved over here when he was like 30. So I'm partially like first generation of
Shit,
family. So yeah. And I got
that's dope.
on his side of the family, I got two cousins. Well, not three cousins because one of my cousins had a baby, and so
Nice.
now I got a couple cousins over in Ireland. So yeah,
That's cool, man.
yeah.
So yeah, I know we kind of have like no plan for this. We just kind
Yeah.
of winging it. But is there anything in particular that you wanted to chat about?
Well, I just wanted to chat about like uh probably just YouTube content or like
Mm.
uh yeah, well, definitely lucid dreaming, something along the line of dreaming. I've been dreaming on and off, like actually like remembering my dreams for about 3 years.
Oh,
So,
that, how,
uh,
how how many dreams a night are you typically able to remember?
like at least two.
Oh, that's pretty good. And like big chunks of it, or just like small snippets of the two.
Usually I can remember a lot of it. I think people say I think the what science says is that you dream like between like 2 and 4 hours a night or something. I'm not
Yep,
exact,
yep.
but if I was guessing, I probably remember at least like 2 hours of it.
Wow,
Do I remember?
that's really good.
Yeah, do I
Yeah.
remember details? No, but I get the sense that like my brain is visualizing it for like that amount of time.
Oh, right, right, right.
Yeah, so I don't wake up with like every single detail or anything, but like I'm remembering a lot of it. And I used to dream journal a lot, but now I just kind of like will record myself like talking about it and I save it to my phone.
Oh, yeah, I used to do that a bit here and there, but then, like, I always wanna type it out, so that's my end goal, and then the only problem with that is, like, trying to listen back to it and find, like, a specific part of the dream. I just gotta wait for the whole recording of it. So what I've been doing is, like, if I use the phone recording option, I'll just make it, like, really short, a few of the keywords just to kinda jog my memory, and then I'll come up and type that whole thing out.
Yeah. So like do you cuz I know I've watched like probably at least 100 of your videos, but I was
Nice.
I wasn't there since the get-go, so I don't have all your information, but like I know that you still like will like drink socially and like do stuff socially and sometimes like it impairs the dreaming uh
Oh,
part of it.
big time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's same thing for me. Like if I go out drinking, like dream like details are pretty foggy.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, and in some ways, it can kind of help if it
Yeah.
just makes you like, you're so hungover, you're gonna sleep for, like, 10 hours,
Yeah.
right? But, anything aside from that, especially earlier on in the night when you're still processing the alcohol or whatever, that is gonna kinda mess with your ability to be sharp enough to, get lucid, realize it's a dream. But if you can pull off a long sleep, like when I came back from Japan, I was awake for 36 and a half hours. I could not sleep on the red eye flight home, not even one
Yeah.
second worth of sleep. And so
Yeah.
when I got back, I slept for oh god, now I forget, like 12 hours. I slept for a long ass time,
Yeah.
and my dreams were going off. Not, I didn't get lucid in like the REM part of the dream, but I was very lucid in the like the first hour when I was lying down going through stage one of sleep.
Yeah.
I was and I stayed there for like an hour, which was weird. I was expecting to fully pass out, but I was in hypnagogia for pretty long.
Oh, and that's like the in between. That's between like being awake and being asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
What? So you said that was on the flight, or that was when you got home?
That was when I got home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hypnagogia is really cool. It's like you're more relaxed than you are like ever throughout the day, and
Yeah.
you see like you're like for me hypnagogia when I did more research into it, I was like, oh, that's what I experience. And I was like, that's when I'm like, even taking a nap, you can kind of get into it.
Oh, yeah. You
For-
pass through it every time you fall asleep. You
Yeah,
know, unlike some of the other stages of sleep, say like deep sleep, later on in the night, you don't go through it anymore for the most part, but you do pass through stage one every time you're drifting towards sleep.
yeah. So yeah, but normally, like I fall asleep pretty quickly. It only takes me like 10 minutes to fall asleep at night, and that
You are lucky. Hey,
yeah, that
man.
that could be like as early as like 9 p.m. or that could be as late as like 2 in the morning. Like luckily for me, like it doesn't really matter what time I go to bed. Like I always fall asleep in about 10 minutes. But it's not completely true because like there are times where I'm trying to sleep, but I'm like too stressed, so I'll stay up a long time and just like
Yeah,
watch.
too much on your mind or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I've had some like super cool dreams recently. And do you find that your dreams kind of evolve like through different like themes and stuff?
Uh, I mean, yeah, in a sense, like sometimes if like say I dream I have earlier in the night is really impactful or like it's stuck in my mind, and I also very often wake up at the end. I mean, we all kind of just wake up at the end of each sleep cycle, right?
Right.
Normally, it's a really light awakening where you're not lucid to it, but I'm lucid to it like very often. So sometimes I'll wake up briefly, you know, I'll just have that dream so stuck in my head and I'll be thinking about it so much. And plus, to help me dream journal, what I do as I'm falling back asleep is I replay the dream back in my mind, right? And so sometimes as I'm doing that, I fall asleep quickly, and then not necessarily the same dream starts up again, but a similar type of dream with a similar theme starts up again and carries through with that. So I would
Yeah.
say, if anything, my themes now this doesn't go all night, but my themes are kind of, you
Consistent
know,
through night.
yeah, yeah, related to each other. At
Relate.
least for the dreams, say at one portion of the night. That's not going to be my dreams all night, but you know, at least some portion of them are
Yeah,
similar.
it's definitely been like my like secret superpower for a long time because
Nice.
I don't really have too many hobbies or anything. Like I'm not super artistic and I'm not really I have tried making music, but I'm not really musically inclined. So, but like dreaming has been like the creative outlet, which is like it's pretty much sustained me for like I find it more sustainable than like trying to do art or something because you can either be lucid or like or you can have kind of a passive dream where you're unaware that you're dreaming, but I find that it gives me all the insight that I kind of like crave about myself. um and I don't need to go looking for like kind of other hobbies, honestly. Now
Yeah, I mean,
I do
right, right.
I
Right.
do want to like develop like more hobbies in the future. Like I want to do some more outdoorsy stuff. And I know that you like exercise a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to, not as much as I used to, but yeah,
Didn't
go hiking, go surfing, and stuff like that.
didn't you just run a marathon with like one of your boys?
Oh, it was like eight. It was like 8.5 miles. So
Oh, no,
wasn't the full on marathon. We're actually thinking about training for the Honolulu marathon, but
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was just 8 miles. So not
was it
too
on
far. Huh?
was any of it on the beach?
Oh no, no, no. This one was all on the road. They do have some, let's call it like the Warrior Dash and other stuff. Well, they do have some where like you are running on the beach or you're going through mud and there's obstacle
Yeah.
courses. I used to love those, man. I used to travel to race in those actually. But
Wow.
yeah, not anymore. My back is too fucked up. If I run long periods of time, it's all tight, man.
Yeah.
Messes up my sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, and sleep's like the foundation for everything else pretty much.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I always like to reference Matthew Walker's book, "Why We Sleep." Came out in like 2017 or something. But like he, so what they say in there is anything less than 7 hours of being asleep, right? So if it takes you 30 minutes to fall asleep and you lie in bed at 12 and you have to get up at 7, that's actually less than 7, right? But what he says in the book is anything less than 7 is essentially sleep deprivation. And they got all these studies that like, back it up on showing proof that people who only had 6.5 hours of sleep, did better on whatever test it is that they were running on them. So
Yeah.
I do always try to get at least 7 plus, kind of give and take.
Yeah, this weekend, like for the past 2 days, I've only had 8 hours over 40.
Only
Yeah.
that's great. That's
Oh,
awesome.
well, no, I mean like over 2 days, I only had 8 hours. Like I had 4 hours each.
Oh, okay, not awesome. So like
Yeah.
4 and 4 essentially, or like 5 and 3 or something.
Yeah, because I live in Nashville, and essentially like my sister and her husband and a friend of theirs are visiting from California, and we went to the Honky Tonk, which is like where all the clubs and bars are in
Okay.
Nashville,
Yeah.
and we stayed out till 2 a.m. on Friday night, and then Saturday night I was like way too sleep deprived to like do it again because they were like, "Oh, we want to like go out again and stay out till like 2 a.m. again," and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing." But at like 4 in the morning, because I went to bed at like 12 last night, I woke up at 4, and my sister and her husband got home, but the friend went missing in downtown.
Got too
So
drunk or something.
yeah, he got pretty drunk and someone stole his wallet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like and I think he's a lightweight when it comes to alcohol. So he actually ended up like in the hospital,
Oh,
and
damn.
he I don't know all the details. All I know is that like he got his wallet stolen. He went missing for a couple hours. Like he ended up in the hospital. So he's safe now. Like we picked him up, and he's filing a police report for his wallet. But essentially, like the only thing that involves me is my sleep. Like I was woken up at 4, and I was really pissed because they came home. They were chatting down. This is our living room. This is our first floor, and I sleep up one floor. So they were talking kind of. I haven't slept since like 4 a.m.
Damn.
So
Something else about drinking is like sometimes it can help you fall asleep at least initially, right? Because your brain, as you drink, you produce more adenosine, which is like this sleep pressure shit that's always building up in your head, and then eventually you stay awake long enough and it forces you to sleep. But then after making it produce adenosine, then it kind of halts it later on. So sometimes you'll drink like way too much, you'll essentially pass out, but then you wake up like 3 or 4 hours later, super tired but not able to go to sleep. Part of
yeah,
that reason is all the adenosine's all fucked up.
yeah, we got a couple comments, and
Yeah, I know. I
some
I like
some
I like one of them. Y'all both look gay. That's a good one. I dream of awkward encounters. Oh yeah, that is actually a really common thing. In the book I was going through, it was talking about some of the theories about why it is that we dream. And one of the theories in there was essentially getting at it's putting you through various types of situations so that you can try out different things and see what works and what doesn't. So hopefully in your real life encounters, you won't have as many awkward encounters, you know?
Oh yeah.
So that could help.
Yeah, awkward encounters. I had a dream like probably 4 or 5 days ago, and so I've been talking to this girl from school. I've been getting to know her, and I'm trying to like take her out because I
Nice.
trying to like take her out and stuff. But I had a dream that I met her parents, and both of her parents were trans in the dream.
Okay.
And
So how did they make a baby then?
yeah, well, dream logic.
Dream logic. That's right. Yep.
So, so yeah, both of her parents are trans, and in the dream, I'm kind of fuzzy on the details, but we went on like a whole adventure where her house was like floating off the ground. So her house like had like anti-gravity or something and it was floating off the ground. And so I had to jump like 10 or 20 feet to like get to the front door. And then I went in and then I met her parents and I think I tried like kissing her or something in the dream.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I actually did or not, but like that's pretty much what I remember from it.
But were you lucid or not?
No, I wasn't lucid.
Oh, yeah.
But I did have a dream that wasn't like I think I was lucid for part of it, but it's one of those dreams where you feel like you're like God because you can fly and like fly at will.
Yeah.
And I was essentially like I was I was like I was defeating all these people, like I was fighting all these people and I was like defeating them like really easily and then someone in the dream who's trying to help me out, like I asked, this is where I kind of got lucid, and I asked like, "Oh, I know that I'm dreaming, but I don't want to stay in this location. Like, how do I get out of here?" And they're like, "Oh, well, you have to go through the atmosphere if you want to like leave this location." So
Nice.
I said like, "Okay." So I started flying, and I only had to fly maybe like as high as like a tall tree, and then I literally like took like the blue sky, like the atmosphere, and I like ripped it open, and it felt like I'm trying to think like what the texture was. Like it was like styrofoam or like a type of foam or something. And then I went through it, and then I went into some other kind of like world or location or something.
Damn. That
Yeah,
sounds awesome.
yeah, yeah. No,
That
it was
sounds like a good dream, man. That's
yeah,
pretty dope. Like for me, I have a hard time making it all the way to space. And it's something I used to try to do this a lot. I would try to fly into space and go visit the moon or Mars or something. And I never made it to another planet, but I remember like it took months for me to try and actually get out of Earth's, atmosphere. And the way I ended up doing it was I was just like pretending I was the Hulk. Because like a lot of times I would fly, but it would take too long, right?
yeah.
If I pretended like I was the Hulk and I did like a super jump and I made it all the way up there.
Okay. Yeah, so like using superpowers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I used to have some. Oh yeah, we got a comment in there from
yeah.
and
Hi from Spain. Uh Recapitulation. I think that's the word.
helps with
Work and shadow work helps with those awkward encounters. That's a good point.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, shadow work is like the unconscious, I think, right?
I think too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but really, all of dreams is dealing with your subconscious, right? I mean, that's kind of one of my favorite things about it is like even when you're lucid, you have like this little speck of you, like it is in the waking world, right? You have control over yourself. and maybe some of the dream environment or whatever else. But to get anything done, your subconscious essentially has to sign off on it and
Mhm.
agree to it, right? You're trying to teleport or you're trying to fly or do anything. You have to get the okay from the subconscious. And then on top of that, it gives you like, I mean, this is, I like it because you get to have direct interaction with your subconscious, right? And what other situation can you be in where you get to do that, right? And I really do feel like over the years I've built a really solid relationship with my subconscious. Like I feel like it's even better in my dreams than it is in my waking life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Like kind of how I manage the bridge between like they just got back home from filing the police report. So
Oh,
there
really? For the stuff?
so there might be some noise in the background.
Yeah, man. That's all good. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, no, how I manage the bridge between like dreams and waking life is like through like imagination, because I think imagination and dreams are like, like very similar.
Linked up, right?
Yeah, so I know like you talk about like visualization's like the biggest one, right? Like
Yeah,
visualizing certain things.
right.
Yeah, so I just tend to like visualize like a future that I want, or like a job that I want, or like I try to imagine like what my future is going to be like. And then I also try to use visualization to like delve into like past experiences. And I try to use that to I try to use my dreams to get a lot of clarity on like past experiences. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like
Right, right, right.
if I go for like a week with like either depression or anxiety or something that I don't understand very well, like I'll wait a couple weeks and then I'll try to incubate a dream like what was that week about? Like why was I feeling that way? And then I feel I'm not like I can't know 100% whether what I dream was about that, but I do
Right.
tend to experience like alleviation of symptoms just by incubating or trying to incubate like those types of dreams.
Yeah, I mean that's a really awesome way to use a dreaming practice. I've done that with a few of the more like traumatizing things in my life, but kind of the same thing you were saying. When I am lucky enough to have a dream that's related to that somehow,
Hmm.
it's hard to tell if that was really an answer or just some random shit my subconscious mind threw at me. I
Yeah.
tend to like if I like the answer, I'll accept it as the answer. If I don't like the answer, then it's just some random shit my subconscious mind threw at me, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I,
Yeah.
I read a book on dream incubation. Like I forget what it's called. It's somewhere back there, but it was a really good one. And it was kind of crossing the line between like astral projection type stuff and lucid dreaming type stuff where I
Hmm.
remember he was running experiments to try and see if he could, interact with his bedroom for real through his dreams and whatnot. But yeah, that was a good one.
What are you reading right now?
Oh, this thing right here. Lucid Dreaming for Everyone by Henrik Homer.
Okay.
It's it's pretty good. Like I thought it might have been like more of a beginner focused book, right? And I mean, I'm only just now getting to the part where he talks about the actual techniques, but like the whole first section of it, man, I learned a lot from it. So I've been really enjoying it. So it's been a good read. It will take
You-
me a good like shit, I don't know, 3 months or so to get through it because of how slow I make my content and you know digging into it so much. But yeah,
you
looking forward to going deeper.
content on it, right?
The what?
You already started making YouTube videos for that book.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Actually started before I even finished the book. Normally, I like to finish the book ideally, get all my highlights in there and then make the videos. But I just wasn't reading that much, and so I knew if I just kept pushing it off, I would just never start reading again. So I just got it going, and then you know, I'll read it as we go through. So like right now, I think from what I posted, we're on like chapter 7 or something. So
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 10. So
Okay.
I'm not too far ahead of where it is I'm posting, but you know, all good. I also like it because Henrik Homer, the author,
Mhm.
man, he is all up on the videos, commenting, sharing them and stuff like that, which I think is really dope. There's been other books where like the author was aware that I was posting, right? Because they'll always will tag them and stuff like that. And I'll get a little bit of interaction, but this is the first time where I have the author actually like almost every single video I post about it, he's up in there commenting and stuff and sharing some more feedback and giving background. So that's really cool, actually.
Oh, you got the author commenting on your channel?
Yep.
Oh, sick.
Yep. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I went through well, I still like sometimes I used to go through phases of like trying to reach out to like authors or like people I found on YouTube who I thought just talked about interesting stuff. And you get a little bit of feedback every now and then from, messaging somebody. And it kind of for me it started with like I used to be really interested in like human behavior studies. And there was this like when I used to live in California, there was this guy who lived like I think half an hour from me. But I saw him on a TED talk. Um I'm not sure where the TED talk took place, but it like he's I think he's a little bit older than you, I would say. And but I just reached out to him through his website, through his email, and I got a little bit of feedback from him. I was like, "Oh, do you do like training, like one-on-one training, so I can like learn from you?" And he's like, "No, I don't do that like kind of work, but um, the stuff that I practice, like I could direct you to like this group of people who practice it, and you could like try them." And I was like, "Oh, sick!" So like I never I read the book that he wrote, but I never like was delving like too far into it just because I was busy with like other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just stuff like that that's kind of cool how the internet can like allow you to like just connect with people.
Yeah, man. Like I'm kind of in the same boat. Like when there's an author or somebody, I will oftentimes try to find them on Instagram or wherever it is they're posting. And sometimes, occasionally, I mean, like very occasionally, I'll get a response back from them. But it always kind of bummed me out, and I wish they would respond more, which is like one of the reasons on my tiny little channel over here. I really do try to make it a point to, get back to all the comments, and stuff like that, even though I'm behind by like a few weeks right now. But just as a side note, I will absolutely get back to every comment I've gotten over the past few weeks for sure. But yeah, I always put a big emphasis on trying to do that. I mean, like even how this thing came together, right? We
Yeah.
just shot each other a message. You like to do a live? I was like, yep, I'm down. Let's do it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I should at some point in the stream I should like shout out my channel, try to get people
Oh
over to
yeah. Of course, do it. Patrick Kennedy 5308.
yeah. Let's see. I'll try putting it in the comments. Wait, can
There you
I?
go.
Wait, no.
I
Since I'm live, I can't comment.
Oh really? I
Yeah,
think I could
I
put
think
it
so.
in. Oh no, live chat. Oh yeah, we can't comment in our own chats.
Maybe
Oh
not.
well, Patrick Kennedy 5308. For anybody listening. Oh, and then for anybody in the chat, we got all of two people. We had like 16 or something earlier, but
Yeah.
if anybody out there has any questions, man, let us know. We can go fire away and try our best to answer them.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do like more. Well, I didn't really ever post streaming content consistently, but I have like four. I think I have six videos on my channel about dreaming, like
Hmm.
just dreams that I had. I wouldn't say I'm too experienced with like lucidity at all, although I
Yeah.
have.
How often do you have lucid dreams?
Probably I would say maybe like once a month.
Oh, shit. That's good. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
yeah, like once a month. But sorry, my mom and my sister are talking over there.
That's all good. Has that been happening since you were like a teenager, or did that only start happening when you started to focus on the practice more?
It really only started after. Well, no, that's not true. No, I had a couple lucid dreams after I read my first lucid dreaming book, and I
Oh,
tried out.
which book?
It's called A Field Guide to Lucid Dreaming.
Oh yeah, that was one of my first early books as well. One of my friends bought it for me, and like for
Yeah.
Christmas or something. Yeah,
Oh,
that one's good.
so I read that one, and I've read that book probably like 10 times. But that's
Nice.
where it was kind of cool. Like all I had to do was read over the material, and like all I had to do is really think about it. And I think the first thing that got me lucid was when I had this realization or this epiphany that like um sometimes we focus too much on what we do in our day-to-day life, and we don't put enough attention on sleep quality.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, I should like start relying on my like sleeping brain to do like 30 to 50% of my work, you know what I'm saying, like my mental work.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was after that I had that epiphany that I had a lucid dream, and I can remember it so vividly. And it was like I was sitting in my room at home, and I had got this was in the dream, but I had got this message on my, yeah, I didn't have a computer, but I got a message on a computer, and it was like an invitation to a secret club or something. And so
Mm.
just remember like my consciousness being transported through the computer along like miles and miles and miles of telephone lines. And it was almost like my brain was like a signal on the telephone line, and it was like traveling super fast like along all these telephone lines. And then I eventually arrived like my like the telephone line went right into a building, and inside that building was the club. And so then like my body materializes within the building, and then I'm just like I remember having this thought of like um man, this club is like super disorganized, like they don't like, they're just getting started or something like that.
Right.
um but they were showing me how to do all these like different club activities that were like super super cool to me. I don't even remember really what they were, but it had something to do with like technology. And and then the dream kind of phased out, like, and then I zoomed out and I saw the building, and the building was like in a triangle, and there was this purple like luminescent light that was coming out through all the windows of the building.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know,
that
like so on the topic of technology, kind of getting to one of these questions. Have you ever tried HemiSync before? Or like binaural beats?
yeah, I've tried them.
What'd you think about them?
They're cool. I mean, I use it more to just like like pass time, or like if it's like good weather, I'll go outside and listen to them, like, and just watch like I like listening to them if I'm going on a walk, like in nature.
That's cool. Do you like the music type or like the white noise type?
I like the music type, like
Oh yeah.
the 420 hertz or something like that.
420 hertz.
Yeah,
Is that really the hertz? That'd be funny if it is. It
I,
happens to be 420. No, I
yeah.
think that is one of them. Actually, come to think about it.
I it's
But
something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I thought it was 420. 420, not like smoking, but like 420
yeah,
hertz.
yeah. Yeah, so like I've messed around with HemiSync as well, just to help answer this question here. Um, I think they're all right. Like I don't really love them, and I don't really dislike them. I think the only thing that kind of has always jumped out to me is sometimes the HemiSync stuff is presented like it's an automatic fast track. Listen to it, boom, you're in some altered state immediately. But at least from my experience, it still takes quite a bit of mental work and essentially meditation to be able to get your mind in the correct state. And then I've also found, because I just like silence most of the time. So
Hmm.
like personally, I found earplugs and silence for me can work just as well as actually using the HemiSync stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. That up here. So, what's your experience with like the hypnagogic state? Like, how often are you consciously in there?
Um. Well, I'll get into hypnagogia like if I stay up really late. I feel like I
Oh
feel like
yeah,
more
totally.
I'm more likely to be aware of it if I try going to bed around like midnight. And then like from 11:30 to like the time that I go to sleep, like I'll be in it. And usually what I do is like I have my vape here. This is like nicotine vape, and then I pop one of these Zens.
You're just overloading on that shit.
Yeah, I just get overloaded on nicotine, and then like I'll play like YouTube in the background, and then I'll just lay down and close my eyes, and that's usually where my body like starts relaxing. And then like hypnagogia for me is less about what I'm seeing like behind my eyes, and it's more about like what I'm like feeling. So like I'll
Oh,
feel little like tingly sensations like on my chest and arms.
the body buzz feeling. I love that. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll also feel like I'll feel either like even without like my covers on, like I'll feel like warmer than I usually am. Uh and then I usually like I'm trying to think if I have any techniques. Um if I use any techniques. I don't think
Well, like staying up really late or whatever, like kind of getting towards sleep deprivation in a sense, even if it's just for one day, that is a legit technique, right? I mean, for real. Like when I came back from Japan, I was up for 36 and a half hours. You know, like my hypnagogia was going off. Like almost the moment I'd lie down, I'd close my eyes, I'd see it. But then, I think I said this earlier, I was stuck in that state for a long time and didn't actually sink down into deeper sleep for like an hour or so. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so I guess that is
Mhm.
like that is technically a technique. Is just like staying up a little bit later.
yeah.
Um
And something that tripped me out though when I was doing it is like a lot of the hypnagogic liminal dream stuff I was seeing, it was like really negative. And I posted a video a little while ago about negative emotions in dreams. There was some stat done by a study a while ago that said 80% of the emotions you feel in your dreams are negative. And
hmm,
that tripped me out because that is just absolutely not true for me by any means. But then for this particular time, a lot of the stuff that was popping up in my head was negative, and but sometimes negative stuff can feel good. So like I was lying down and I was in like this big open room and there was a bunch of like pillars holding up a tall ceiling that I couldn't even really see. It's
hmm,
all filled with people. And so it kind of reminded me of like being in Japan. But then I started to think like I started to get a sense like there was a group of evil guys there who were stealing people. I was
oh
like, oh, what if they come and like steal one of my kids, right?
yeah,
But then I was almost tempted to go with that feeling because what I wanted it to happen was like if they get stolen, and then I can just get extremely angry and aggressive, and then just hunt them out and just kill everything and get to everybody. But then as I started to go down that path, I went, oh, nah. So then I woke myself up completely to end the dream and then slip back down into it and enter something completely different.
So did you try changing the scene, or like, or you tried getting tried to wake yourself up, or what'd you
Yeah.
do?
So I could have tried. I was thinking about staying in that in stage one of sleep and continuing the dream, just trying to not focus on it and change it. So what
Mm,
happens a lot of times is once my mind's kind of started to accept that path, it's gonna be kind of hard for it to completely switch off. Like,
yeah.
maybe I'll focus on something else, but then something else negative will start to happen. So for me,
Okay.
especially if I'm in the hypnagogic state, because it's pretty easy for me to get back there as opposed to, like a REM style lucid dream. I'll just wake myself up and then fall back asleep into whatever random thought, liminal dream, or whatever happens to pop up next.
Yeah, nightmares tend to like snowball like pretty quickly,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's hard to change it. You know, sometimes you'll wake up because like you get killed or something, but like if it's something that's not directly harming you, but like it's scary in some way, like it tends to just like kind of snowball, and like you get more invested in it because not because you want to, but because like there's negative emotions in it.
Yeah, you're following the narrative. You're trapped in the narrative, and it just
Yeah.
starts. That is a good point. It definitely can snowball and just get worse and worse and worse for sure.
Yeah, I've had a couple nightmares recently, but honestly, like I've had a lot of experience with like the whole spectrum of dreams that like it usually it'll bother me when I'm like actually dreaming, but like when I wake up I'm like not too bothered by it. I was like, "Oh, okay, just another like nightmare dream thing."
Another trippy ass dream.
Where it's coming from, if it relates to something life, but I'm like I'm okay with it pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally,
Yeah.
totally. A good point.
Yeah, well, we're at my let's see. I'm checking my percentage. I'm at 9%. My
45 minutes. Oh, 9%. Oh, on your battery.
Yeah, my phone was at 90% when we started.
Oh, your phone must be kind of old and fucked up then
Yeah.
for it to drop that much in nine. I mean, I can't see my percentage. I'm scared to go to it. It might like end the stream
Uh,
before we're ready. But
yeah,
cool.
it's iPhone 11, so it's my dad's old phone.
Mm,
Yeah, the
right
battery
on.
like great on it. But if I go upstairs, I can plug it in, and then it'll last
Hmm,
longer.
cool, cool. Well, yeah. Is there any other questions you wanted to run by me, or anything else you wanted to chat about?
Um, not really, but I've always wondered for a long time what you do for work. I don't know if that's too personal.
Yeah. So I work in the insurance industry, more
Oh,
specifically work comp insurance.
oh,
So like keeping
right.
employees safe. Luckily, I'm not on the selling side because I don't think. I mean, I don't want to do sales. That just doesn't feel right to me. So I'm on specifically the employee safety side. So do you know of like OSHA?
Yeah.
You know who OSHA is and HIOSH? Well, HIOSH is Hawaii's version of OSHA. So we
Oh,
basically inspect along those lines. We'll do safety inspections. We do a lot of trainings and stuff like that, which is actually how I figured out that I kind of like to present, which is what ended up leading to my channel. Because
mm,
before that, I kind of hated it. Like public speaking and all that would freak me out. But then through my job, it was just kind of forced upon me. And I realized that when you're prepared, it's actually a lot of fun. Right. And so,
yeah.
yeah, that kind of ended up spilling over into my channel, stuff like that.
Okay. That's cool. So you,
What do you do? Did you say you worked at a pharmacy? Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm on internship right now. So I've been
Oh,
in
nice.
school for the past year and a half, and a lot of school was not really related to pharmacy, but um, uh, so I had some introductory classes and stuff, and then I went into customer service for a little bit, and then the past 6 months have been on pharmacy stuff, and now I'm on internship at a CVS. Do they have CVS in Hawaii?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We have CVS and this other company called Long. But
Long,
I, yeah, Long. But
long.
they're both basically the same. And then some of them are CVS. Like the logos even look similar. It's the same like red and white and same font, I think, for the most part. But different companies nonetheless.
Yeah, so it's like I do internship and then I have to apply online to get my license to do pharmacy tech work. And and then but a license only allows you to work in the state that you got your license in, but if I get a certification, which you have to take like this big test for, then I can work in any of the states including Hawaii.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
And
So,
so you did go to college. You went college? All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I did a little bit of college. I was going for exercise and sports science initially,
Mhm.
and the one class I failed in my first semester was the exercise and sports science class. And then I went another one, passed that class again to retake it. And then I was like, I'm just gonna take a break. I was telling my parents because they were kind of pushing for me to go, of course. I'm just gonna take a break for a year. I'm just gonna work. And then I never went back. And that is that. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too much money, man. I mean, but if you know what you want to do, then I think college is amazing for sure, right? You know you want to be a engineer or something, right? If you know the path you want to take, I would say go for it. And I talk about this with my wife for our kids and stuff too. But I'm like, if you don't know what you want to do, you're gonna like just incur all that debt and you don't know where you're going. I mean, there still is. I mean, there's a good argument to go, but I also think like, especially if stuff just keeps getting more expensive in like 10 years, when my kids are old enough to go, how expensive is it going to be then?
Yeah.
So it's a trip. I've always kind of just focused on relationships. Go work wherever it is you're going to work,
Mhm.
build good relationships, and then just wait around for an opportunity. I mean, that's how I ended up lucking into my current job. I was like a safety manager at my friend's company actually,
Mhm.
and then I ended up getting to know some of the people from my current job, and then a spot opened up. I interviewed. I didn't get it the first time because one of my coworkers from the mainland, who's lives down here now, he was like way more qualified than me, so he ended up getting the job. But then I just kind of hung back, waited around till another spot opened up, and then I was lucky enough to slide up in there and get it.
Is Hawaii like a kind of like a lot of people like know each other? Like it's kind of small
Oh,
community?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Especially in like if you're in any particular industry, Hawaii is small enough to where basically everybody's aware of each other and shit like that. Yeah,
Okay. That's cool. So
it's
which
cool, but also scary because then you have to like you can't be burning no bridges, right? Because that shit's gonna spread quick. So you gotta, you know,
Yeah, that's
stay
true.
nice.
So you went to high school and all your school in Hawaii?
Yeah, yeah. I went to couple different like I got kicked out of one school. So I went private school for a long time and then I ended up getting kicked out and then switched over to public. So I the kind of cool thing about that is I have both experiences of a private school and a public school. But
Oh,
yeah, all of that. And then college was here too as well at one of the community colleges.
okay, nice. Yeah, what's the weather like right now in Hawaii?
Oh well, it's been storming actually. Like the week that I was gone in Japan was like
Yeah.
some of the worst, heaviest rain we've had here in
Oh,
like a long, long time.
yeah.
Everything got flooded super bad. And then there was a couple days break, and then a couple days ago we had another round of storms. So it's been really rainy, really hot and humid. But yeah, I'm still happy to be home. You know what trips me out is like because like Japan is an island, I guess, but like my skin is so sensitive that I was getting all dry. Like my legs were starting to look scaly, you know, like when your skin gets super dry.
Yeah.
My like eyebrows were peeling. My wife was going like this, and I could just see a bunch of like white snow popping off of my face. But when we get back here, man, even though it's all hot and humid and whatever, my skin is way the hell happier over
Yeah.
here than it was on the trip.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet Japan is kind of hot right now.
Oh no, 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 cold, cold. It
Oh,
was
it's
like the warmest it got was like mid 50s, and then the coldest it got was like right around like 32 degrees, right around there.
yeah.
What
Did you
about where you're at?
it's really nice right now. It actually just started getting like more sunny, but Tennessee's pretty humid.
Yeah,
So it just like the humidity is kind of cool because the humidity is not around during fall and winter, but as soon as spring hits, like you know you can feel it. It's almost like the air is like heavy, sort of,
yeah, right,
you know.
right.
But it's yeah, it's nice, but it's good to go outside. And I know it's good for like apparently like humidity is good for blood pressure or something. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I don't know. I read that somewhere, so I was like, okay, good. Like
Yeah.
because I think I have like I don't take any like I haven't been diagnosed with anything, but I think my blood pressure fluctuates a lot because like I'll get headaches and then I'll get like dizzy sometimes, and I don't faint, but like some like I lose my balance sometimes, and
Oh,
like I'll just be walking a straight line and I'll go like,
oh. So I was gonna say, does it happen when you're like lying down and then you stand up? But this happens when you're just walking.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
And like it's so bad when I go to church, like, and I try standing in my pew, like during the standing parts, like I'll literally get a headache, and then like I'll start leaning to my side, and then I have to like hold myself in place because it's like I'll like almost fall over.
Oh man, go to the doctor. Figure that
Yeah.
shit out.
I know. I know. I gotta
Oh,
figure
man.
it out. But
Cool.
we're at almost an hour. That went by pretty quick.
Yeah, man, that was good. Um, yeah. Any other questions you wanted to throw my way?
Um I probably do have some questions. I just don't. They're not in the front of my brain right now. So I'll
That's all good.
bring
We
them
could
up.
do another one of these
Yeah, I'll
in
bring
the
them up
future.
live, or I'll put them on your channel
Yeah, man,
or
that
something.
works.
But yeah, this is a pretty good. This is the first live I've done with somebody.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right on. I mean, I don't do these often either, but I'm happy we did. I think it turned out pretty good.
yeah.
And for our two to
Guys,
three people watching us, if any of you guys want to hop on a live, let me know. I'm down.
we got two loyal people who have been in here for like
Yeah. Oh,
almost
it
a whole hour.
hopped up to four. Oh, it dropped back down to three again. I
Yeah.
wonder if the you guys look gay dude is still here.
Oh yeah.
It'd be funny if he watched us this long, then maybe he likes us.
Maybe.
Yeah. But all
So
right, man.
we could end things here, and then we could plan for like another live, like in a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, I'm down for that. So I do want something I wanted to do, just generally speaking, with my channel was do a lot more lives. So yeah, I'm certainly down for that, and we'll get them planned out.
All right, sounds good. My phone's on 2%, so I don't want it to die while I'm on here.
Oh, okay, all right, cool. We'll end it here then. Right
All
on,
right,
man. Thanks.
see you, Matt. Thank you so much.
All right. Yep. Aloha.
All right, peace.